Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Red-Eye Zombie Dragon deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this one for you guys because this deck is an amazing zombie deck that summons out one of my favorite zombies ever created, the Red-Eye Zombie Dragon, and all of its awesome forms. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name scratched for every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 2 copies of Red-Eye Zombie Dragon. This card is an amazing 2 of in the deck that's so easy to summon out to your side of the field with all the spicy tech cards I have in this build. But this card has the effect that you can tribute the summon in this card in face of attack position by tributing 1 zombie type monster. Also, when this card destroys a zombie monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that zombie to your side of the field, which is an awesome effect to instantly bring a zombie back to your side of the field so you can go in for game. We then play 2 copies of Doom King Ballardrot. Doom King Ballardrot is a great boss monster to go along with our copy of our Red-Eye Zombie Dragon because during the standby phase, if there's a field spell on the field spell zone, you can actually special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position. This card is also a walking negate and a banish of a monster on the field in the graveyard every turn, which is absolutely crazy. We then play a single copy of Al Ghul Mazrah. Al Ghul Mazrah is really good in this deck because if a zombie monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard instead. And if it's banished from your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position, then reduce its level by 1, which is an awesome effect to instantly bring out this card to your side of the field while also giving you a little bit of protection. We then play a single copy of Jackabolin. Jackabolin is amazing in this build to help us bring out our copy of Red-Eye Zombie Dragon, as you can discard a zombie monster to special summon this card from your hand. And during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can actually target a zombie monster in either player's graveyard and special summon that monster, but banish it when it leaves the field, then banish this face-up card until the end of the turn, which is a great effect to help you bring back your zombies to your side of the field. We then play a single copy of Chang-Chi. Chang-Chi is really good at summoning off our copy of Globe Bloom, as this card has the ability that during your main phase, you can actually send a zombie monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, which is a great ability to instantly bring this card out with your copy of Globe Bloom's effect, and then use this card to be able to send your copy of Doom King to the graveyard, because Doom King will just bring itself back to your side of the field during the following standby phase, basically getting you 2 monsters on your side of the field for just your copy of Globe Bloom. We then play a single copy of Banshee. Banshee is great in the deck as a 1-up, but you only need a single copy of this card because this card has the effect that it helps you bring out your copy of your zombie roll to your side of the field, but it's super easy to get in the graveyard, and it's really good to be able to play in the deck. We then play 3 copies of Unizombie. Unizombie is definitely a 3-up in the build, one of the most powerful zombie cards ever created, as this card is a great card that helps you level modulate your zombie monsters on your side of the field, and also is a walking foolish burial for your zombies from the deck, helping you get your zombies in the grave. We then play 2 copies of Gozuki. Gozuki is great in the deck as a 2-of because this card has the ability during the main phase you can send a zombie type monster from your deck to the graveyard, also being a walking foolish burial for your zombie monsters. We then play 2 copies of Mizuki. Mizuki is a monster reborn for the deck because you can banish this card from the graveyard, and then you get to target a zombie monster in the grave and special summon it, which is a great ability to instantly bring back the exact zombie you want on your side of the field, like your Red-Eye Zombie Dragon. We then play a single copy of Mad Mauler. Mad Mauler is great as a tuner in the deck because this card counts as Plague Spreader Zombie while in the field or in the graveyard. If this card's in the graveyard, you can target a level 6 or higher monster that you control, reduce its level by 2, and if you do, special summon this card. Also, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters except for zombie monsters while this card is on the field, but it's a great tuner to bring this card back to your side of the field and go in for a synchro play. We then play a single copy of Shiranui's Spectral Sword. Shiranui's Spectral Sword is great in the deck to be able to play as 1-of because it's super easy to get this card in the graveyard, and then use this card plus another level 4 monster to go in for a copy of our Archfiend Zombie Skull to be able to special summon it out to your side of the field using your copy of your Shiranui Spectral Sword. Because this card actually pretty much synchro summons by using materials in the graveyard, because you can banish this card and another monster from the graveyard that equal the level of the synchro monster you're attempting to special summon from your extract, so you can kind of bypass cards like the effects of your Archfiend Zombie Skull requiring your copy of Plague Spreader Zombie, because you're special summoning it from the extract off the effect of your Shiranui Spectral Sword, which is a really cool effect to be able to instantly get your copy of your Archfiend Zombie Skull to your side of the field in a red-eyes zombie dragon deck. We then play 2 copies of Glow Bloom. Glow Bloom is amazing in this deck as a 2-of, because this card helps you summon out your copy of your Red Eyes Zombie Dragon or Doom King Baller, draw it to your side of the field, or even Changshi, because this card has the ability, if this card is sent to the grave, you can banish this card to be able to add a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to your hand, or if Zombie World's on the field, you can special summon it out to your side of the field instead, which is great to instantly get the exact zombie you want on your side of the field. We then play 3 copies of the Black Stone of Legend. The Black Stone of Legend is amazing in this deck, so you can tribute this card to be able to special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, instantly summoning out your copy of the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon to your side of the field, but just normal summoning out the Black Stone of Legend, which is such a cool effect to instantly bring out our big boss monster using this card. This card is really good also because you can target a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in the grave, shuffle in the deck, and if you add this card back to your hand, so you can even recover your copies of your Red Eye Zombie Dragon, so you can use them again later by using the effects of the Black Stone of Legend. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is definitely a 3-of in the deck to basically just use this card to stop your opponent from touching the deck. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is really good as a 1 in the deck to help us get the exact zombie we need in the graveyard. We then play a single copy of 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is amazing in this build to help us bring out the Black Stone of Legend or Glow Bloom to our side of the field to basically get the exact level 1 monster we want on the field. We then play a single copy of Zombie Necronize. Zombie Necronize is really good in the deck as 1-of because if a level 5 or higher zombie monster is on the field, you can target a monster your opponent controls and take control of it until the end phase, basically being a change of heart for your zombies. Also, during your main phase, if this card's in the graveyard, you can actually shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters back in the deck, and if you do, set this card but banish when it leaves the field. Being able to use this card twice to be able to take control of an opponent's monster is amazing. We then play a single copy of Zombie Reborn. Zombie Reborn is a great Monster Reborn-like card in this deck. Let you target a zombie monster in either graveyard and banish a zombie monster with the same name from your deck or extract, and if you do, special summon the targeted monster to your field, which is a really cool effect to be able to instantly get your zombie monster out on your side of the field. Also, if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card but banish when it leaves the field, which is an amazing ability to be able to use this card basically as a Monster Reborn for your zombies. We then play 3 copies of Zombie World. Zombie World is definitely a 3-of in the deck, and this card is one of the most important cards in the entire build. It has the effect that all monsters on the field and in the graveyards become zombie monsters, and neither player contributes summon monsters except for zombie monsters, which is an amazing effect to basically lock down a bunch of different decks and also turn everything into a zombie, which is so cool about this deck. This card is one of my favorite cards in the entire game for its artwork alone, and it's so cool to be able to play in this build. We then play 3 copies of Super Polymerization. Super Poly just goes really well with our copy of Zombie World because it basically turns everything into a zombie with your copy of Zombie World, so you can go in with your copy of Super Poly to go into Nether Soul Dragon so easily by using any 2 zombies on the field, which everything's going to be a zombie anyways with Zombie World, so you can use any 2 monsters to step into a fusion play, which is amazing. We then play 3 copies of Forbidden Droplets. Droplets is really good in this deck as a 3-of to basically just send the exact zombie we want from our hand to the graveyard, while also halving the attack points of an opponent's monster and using this card as a negate for those monsters, helping us go in for game, which is amazing. This card is really good as a 3-of in the deck and a great hand trap to be able to use. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're just going to be playing 3, and that's going to be 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is amazing in this deck as a 3/0 to basically just negate your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. This card is one of the most powerful hand traps in the entire game, and it's really good in this deck to be able to use to instantly just lock down your opponent and also use this card to negate a monster's effect. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get in to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start with a single copy of Red-Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. Red-Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord is an awesome boss monster that helps us bring zombies back to our side of the field. As during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target a zombie monster in your grave except another copy of this card and special summon it. And if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish a zombie monster that you control and special summon this card, which is a great effect to instantly get this card back on your side of the field. We play a single copy of Red-Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. This card is a really cool card and is actually one of my favorite versions of Red-Eyes Zombie Dragon, as this card has the ability to gains 100 attack and defense for each zombie monster on the field and in the graveyards. And when another zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a zombie monster from either player's graveyard to your field, which is an amazing effect to instantly get the exact monster you want on the field. With my single copy of Skeletal Dragon Felgrand, this card is a walking negate and a banish, which is amazing because if this card is special summon, you can target a monster that your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. And if a monster is special summoned from either player's graveyard while this monster is on the field, you can actually target one other monster face up on the field and negate its effects until the end of the turn. We'll make a single copy of Archfiend Zombie Skull. Archfiend Zombie Skull is ridiculously easy to summon with your copy of Shiranui's Spectral Sword, and this card is really cool to be able to play in a Red-Eyes Zombie Dragon deck. And again, where is my Black Skull Dragon version that's a zombie? I really want to see that, and it's amazing that we do have a Summon Skull version of a zombie monster in like 3 different forms of Red-Eyes, but we have no Black Skull Dragon that's a zombie. Hopefully eventually get that, which would just be so cool. But this card has the ability zombie monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is a great effect just to give us a little bit of protection on this 2,500 attack point monster. We then play a single copy of Immortal Dragon. Immortal Dragon is great in the deck as a 1/0 to be able to summon that to your side of the field because it can help you get the exact zombie monster you want in the graveyard, but also level manipulate this card to be able to the exact level that you need to go for a synchro play. We'll play a single copy of Psychic Punisher. Psychic Punisher is amazing in this deck because it gets absolutely massive, banish monsters off the field, and helps you go in for game. We'll play a single copy of Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel is really easy to make in this deck, and it spot removes cards off the field, and you don't even have to use a tuner to make this card. But if you use a dark monster to make this card, monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle, which is amazing to combine this card with your copy of Archfiend Zombie Skull on your side of the field. We'll make a single copy of the Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign. Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign is such a powerful card in this deck. So for each banished card, this card gains 100 attack and defense, and monster your opponent control lose 100 attack and defense. And if this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish the card from the grave instead. And if any card becomes banished, you can banish the card from both your opponent's field and graveyard, which is an amazing effect just to be able to spot remove cards off the field and get cards out of the graveyard. We'll make a single copy of Nether Soul Dragon. Nether Soul Dragon is our best super poly target when zombie world's on the field. Basically just step into this card, which is such a powerful card because this card actually generates tokens and it's just an awesome boss monster. We'll make a single copy of Garua and a single copy of Mud Dragon. These cards are just in case you don't have zombie world in the field, you can step into these cards as additional super poly targets. We'll make a single copy of Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess is amazing in this deck to be able to play, as this card just helps you out a lot in this deck to out towers like boss monsters. We'll make a single copy of Vampire Sucker. Vampire Sucker is great because it helps us draw a card and bring a zombie back from the graveyard to our opponent's side of the field, which is pretty interesting for different strategies in the deck. You can play a single copy of SP. SP is great in the deck. If you don't have this card, you can change it out for like a Nightmare Phoenix if you want to, but it's still really good to be able to play if you do have it because it's a double interruption. Then finally play a single copy of Flying Mary. Flying Mary is so good in this deck. This card is amazing. It has the ability to target one of your level 5 or higher zombie monsters that's banished or in your grave. Place this card in your spell and trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell, and if you do, special summon that monster to your side of the field, basically helping you bring back your copy of your Red-Eyes Zombie Dragon. Also, while this card is a continuous spell, you can target a level 5 or higher zombie monster that you control and destroy a monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster's, which is a great effect to be able to use with this card to basically just help us deal with our opponent's monsters and also bring back our zombies from the grave. So, that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Red Eyes Zombie Dragon deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try because it's so fun to be able to play, and it's absolutely crazy how awesome it is to be able to summon out a copy of the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon. So, that's going to be this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.